Marcus had just been told to clear his desk by 5 o'clock. The words still rang in his ears as he stood in the quiet corner of the 20th floor office, packing the few personal things he owned into a small cardboard box. 23 years old, black, a single father to a 6-year-old boy named Tyler, and now unemployed. The CEO of the company, a man named Richard Harlan, had called him into the glass-walled office that morning and ended it with one cold sentence. We're restructuring. Your position no longer exists. No warning. No conversation about the late nights Marcus had stayed to finish reports. No mention of the weekends he had given up so the numbers would look good on Monday. Just the door, the box, and the elevator. Before we go any further, if stories that remind us what real kindness looks like matter to you, take a second to like this video, subscribe to Whispers of Heart 0.2, and drop a comment telling us where you're watching from. It helps more than you know. Marcus set the box on the floor and looked around the room. Most of his co-workers kept their eyes on their screens. A few offered quiet nods. No one said much. He understood. They were scared of losing their coffee mug, the one Tyler had painted with father's I love you, Daddy. Have a good day at work. Marcus felt his throat tighten. He started to put the drawing in the box, then stopped. He looked at the empty desk that would soon belong to someone else. Without thinking too hard about it, he took the drawing out, smoothed the crease, and left it right in the center of the desk. On a sticky note next to it he wrote, in his neatest handwriting, "For whoever sits here next, hope your days are kind." Then he picked up the box, walked to the elevator, and left the building without regret. Richard Holland stayed late that evening, the way he always did. The office was silent except for the soft hum of the air conditioning. He walked the floor, checking that everything was locked down, when he passed Marcus's own desk. The surface was clear except for one small piece of paper and a yellow sticky note. Richard stopped, picked up the drawer, the stick figures, the bright sun, the careful letters for a child, and clearly the Marcus. Then he read the sticky note, something in his chest shifted. He sat down in the empty chair and stared at the drawing for a long time. He remembered the day Marcus had Tyler, the young man had shown out with the second piece. She was polished and plastic, and a quiet determination. Richard had barely connected with her. He had been thinking about killing the person who had never been there. Firing people was never pleasant, but it was part of the job. For so he had told himself. Now the drawing settled in his hands like a quiet meditation. That night Richard had come to his own quiet house. His wife was holidays. Their teenage daughter was a friend. He poured a glass of water and stood in the kitchen window looking out at the garden. He thought about Tyler, a little boy who had drawn a picture for his dad the night before the man lost his job. He thought about the way Marcus had left the drawing behind instead of taking it with him. No anger, no bitter note, just a small wish for kindness for the next person. The next morning Richard did something he had not done in years. He asked Human Resources for Marcus's contact information. Then he called. Marcus answered on the second ring, voice careful, like a man who had already braced himself for more bad news. Richard spoke simply. "I found what you left on the desk. I need to talk to you. Can you come in this afternoon?" Marcus arrived in the same second-hand suit, this time with Tyler's hand tight in his. The little boy wore a backpack almost as big as he was. Richard met them in the lobby and led them up to his office. He did not sit behind the big desk. He sat across from them on the couch and laid the drawing on the low table between them. "I made a mistake," Richard said. The words felt strange in his mouth. "I looked at numbers and forgot I was looking at a person. You left this behind for whoever came next. That told me more about you than any performance review ever could." Marcus was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "I just didn't want the next person to start their first day with an empty desk. Tyler draws those for me every morning. I figured someone else might need a little sunshine too." Richard nodded. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a folded check. "This is for the severance you should have received, plus 3 months. returned the next Monday to the same desk, the drawing now framed and sitting on the corner. Tyler started coming by the office after school sometimes, coloring at a small table Richard had ordered just for him. The other employees noticed the change. People began leaving small notes of encouragement for one another. Someone started a quiet collection for a coworker whose mother was in the hospital. Another person stayed late to help a new hire finish a project so she could make it to her daughter's recital. None of it was dramatic. None of it made the news. But the floor felt different, lighter, warmer. Months later, Richard stood at the window of his office looking out over the city and thought about how close he had come to never knowing any of this. One cold decision, one empty desk, one small drawing left behind by a man who had every reason to be angry and chose something else instead. Kindness does not always look like grand gestures. Sometimes it looks like a child's drawing left on a desk for a stranger. Sometimes it looks like a CEO who finally sits down, reads the note, and decides to become a better man. And sometimes it looks like a little boy who never knew his father had been fired, only that daddy still went to work with a smile. We all walk through days that feel heavy. Bills, deadlines, fear of what comes next. In those moments, it is easy to tighten our fists and protect only ourselves. But the story of Marcus and Richard reminds us that the smallest act of kindness can travel farther than we ever expect. It can soften a hard heart. It can reopen a closed door. It can turn an ending into a beginning. So the next time you have a chance to